Hello and welcome to all you Taurus people out there. This is your monthly horoscope for October in general. For Taurus people, October 2022. And of course, mind you, there are different other videos that I have made and will be making on the Mars retrograde, on the Mercury retrograde, and in the future gonna make also one about the eclipse in itself. But these are all separate videos, but this one is a bit in general, you know. The flavor of October, I have to say it's a lot, and I have to say this is a very important month for you Taurus people, because it's an eclipse in your opposite sign. Super, super important, especially when you have planets, the first 10 degrees of Taurus. So that will be the ones that are born in April, and up until, you could say, up until, yeah, you could say the April-born Taurians. But all the Taurians will feel it. You may be sure of that. And so I'm going to be talking about the eclipse, of course, but also the Mercury retrograde, the Mars retrograde, and Jupiter in a different, going retrograde in a different sign even. So a lot to talk about, but where does it start? It all starts around the 2nd, the 3rd of October, right in the beginning of the month, epiphanies happening. And that is always the case when Mercury goes direct. Mercury goes direct in a fellow earth sign. You like that because you're an earth sign as well, in Virgo, in your 5th house. This is amazing. This means epiphanies, realizations, in the house of the 5th house, which is your heart, which is the life of your children if you have them. So there could be things going forwards there. It's also your own love life, so things could go forwards there in your own love life. And epiphanies, understandings that you didn't have before, and you're going to do your attitude around love, you're going to do it differently. And also, which is actually a very important one, which is your creativity and how you have fun. I've been talking about that quite a while. You also have, you have good energy there in that house. And my goodness me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For a moment, I was doubting if that was your 5th house, but it is. Anyway. So what it means is that expressing yourself in the way that you love, whether it is through a hobby, whether it is through the things that you love to do, whether it is dancing, whether it is, I don't know what it is, dancing, cooking, knitting, whatever it is, you're going to have a revival here and things go, so you could be starting with a new hobby, or something that you used to do, that you love to do, that you're doing again, whatever it is, you are going to have epiphanies here. But these epiphanies and these understandings are going to prompt you in other areas of your life where you hold on a little bit. So those realizations, those understanding, they're going to be helping you to say, I have to do things differently because of the Mars retrograde at the very end of the month. So Mars goes retrograde around the 31st of October, and that is your 2nd house. So it's like your money and thinking about how you do things differently, considering your money. Like, for instance, being more economical, whatever it is. Working on your self-worth. How can I achieve a little bit more self-worth? And these are the things that you are going to do differently. You are going to force yourself to do that in a different way. That's the Mars in Gemini, the retrograde for you. So there could be something coming up for you because of that 5th house, remember. You have some epiphanies there, but it prompts you into acting Mars in a different way when it comes to 2nd house, your money and your self-worth. So, and the 2nd house is your house. So it's very, very important. I've been talking about this for a long time, that Taurians are, especially when they have given away their power in the past, they're taking back their power. This is exactly what's happening. So this Mars retrograde is very interesting for you when you do the retrospective energy here. So I'm seeing the challenges as opportunities, right? So you could be saying, oh yeah, but I don't have enough money to buy this or that. Or you can say, hey, I'm gonna work so that I have enough money. How can I create more? But I have to stand back and I have to reassess my actions before I can do that. That's what's happening for you. Jupiter also goes back retrograde. That was a strange thing to say. In your 11th house. And that is also an interesting one. At the very end of the 29th of October, Jupiter, for a short period of time still, up until the end of the year, Jupiter will be in Pisces in your 11th house. I like that for you, because there's some sort of a going back towards an old goal or friendships. You're going to find more purpose in friendships, and there could be one particular friend that you see in another light. For better or for worse. Again, it has to do with that 5th house. It has to do with love, how you see love. It has to do with self-respect and how you enjoy yourself. And so it could be that one friend that maybe you thought he was this or that, or she was this or that, and she isn't, or he isn't. And that is for the better. Or you are a bit sad about it, but ultimately it's the best for you. You see what I mean? So it could mean like all of a sudden you have a certain problem, and the person that helps you is the person that you was least thinking of that he or she would help you. Or the other way around, you would expect someone to help you and he or she doesn't. You see, it's that reassessment of friendships, but also of your goals. So you could be going back to an old goal, especially something if it's related to May of this year. It could be related to that as well. But last but not least. So that was all peanuts in comparison to the eclipse. The eclipse is happening on the 25th of the month, but you feel it the whole month. As I said, all Taurians are going to feel it extremely, but it's actually not a lot that you can do. And I mean that the eclipse will be happening in your opposite house of the 7th house of relationships. And it belongs to the Saros cycle 6 South, but I'm going to make a separate video of that to have a little bit more understanding. And it's a lot about strength, about power, about sudden liberation. But it's the sun and the moon together at 2 degrees, together with Venus, which is your ruler, all together in Scorpio in your opposite house with the South Node. The South Node is about an ending. A new moon is also about an ending. So we're having a double whammy here. Does it mean, an ending in a relationship? Yes, for some of you, it will mean an ending of a relationship, but you will know. You will know. I mean, that means that a relationship is going so wrong for a long time. And this is a lot of karmic stuff. Of course, the South Node and of course, Scorpio. It's a double whammy of a cycle. So, but if you say, hey, we're doing fine and we're doing relatively good and we're doing like changes here that I feel like I'm transformed in my relationship, then you're doing the right thing. And this means an ending for a new beginning, so which is an upgrade. If you are single, wow, this could mean someone that you meet. It's very fated oriented, you could say. And it's very karmic, and there could be a new relationship, a very passionate, a very strong, intense energy that is crossing your path. In a relationship or not, this is intense energy. So your relationship won't be easy peasy. It will be intense, and but the reason for that is for that transformation to occur, so that you can keep your relationships healthy. That's the whole core of Scorpio. It's that drama that is often seen with Scorpio. It is necessary to get you towards non-drama, which is healthiness. So, wow, what an interesting time this is for you. And of course, you are there as well. So whatever it is that is occurring to you, you are trying to understand it. You are trying to be reasonable here. Venus in the 7th house, and I'm sure you're gonna do well. Thank you so much for watching. Go and watch the other videos, and if you are interested and have all the best of times. Bye-bye.